now for one of his first post-election interviews. Great to have you back on Picks and Politics.
Oh, my pleasure. Came here on the subway. What else?
Yeah, the beret is back.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I want to ask you first about what we just heard Mandani say, that you called him on election night. What was that conversation? What did you guys discuss?
It was simple and brief. It was his night. He won fair and square. And this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to call and congratulate your opponent and wish him the best, because obviously if he does well, the city does well. You don't wish him any malice or harm. But this is what you do. It's like at the end of a game. How many times did I lose games? I had to shake the hand. Or the guy who broke my shoulder in football. It's what you do.
You know, Curtis, you went through a lot in this campaign. You said you were bribed to get out of the race. You were told to step aside, let Andrew Cuomo win. You were labeled a spoiler. Looking at the results, Mandani hits the 50%. You were in the 7% range. What do you say to the folks who said he should have dropped out, because what if he did? Would Cuomo have won?
Are you good at math? Even if every person who voted for me had voted for Andrew Cuomo, the Prince of Darkness would still have lost. How stupid to come to that conclusion. Everything was based on entitlement. Andrew Cuomo thought he was entitled to.
Is it bad that against a normal Dem I'd vote for Sliwa? I would vote for Sliwa over Cuomo. Yeah, 100%. I would. I think one of the big problems we have right now in politics, both at like a micro and macro level, like on an individual decision-making level and at a macro, like the direction the country's headed in, is insincerity and corruption. Like, it seems like nobody believes in anything. Everyone's just following through the motions. No, all the people in power think that they're just like, you know, they're just there to kind of like, artificially, they're doing pageantry essentially. And he's one of the only guys that seems like he's on the other side, but he seems to actually like believe in it, I guess. And I think that's less dangerous. Like I would unironically 100% take a Republican from the 1970s mentally over a modern Democrat. Easily. Yeah. I guess, well, that's not even fair, because a Republican from the 1970s would be like much more homophobic and racist than he is.
Be the mayor. He never went out there, pressed the flesh. He never dived into crowds. He thought he was entitled in the primary and the general. And Zoran Mandani and the Zoranistas beat him fair and square. They now run the Democratic Party. I'm disappointed in Zoran that immediately, you know, wheels up. He's off to Somos in Puerto Rico that everybody knows is like Sodom and Gomorrah. They're whining, dining, pocket lining. The lobbyists are there. And everybody who's with Adams and Cuomo, they're all over there schnoring up Zoran. Oh, you know, I could do this for you, Zoran. I thought for sure Zoran would say, you know something, I'm not going there. But
most previous mayors have gone.
Yeah, but you know, Dan, why did they do it over there and not here? So they can stay out of sight, out of mind. Hey, hey, Zoran, bad move. Bad first move.
With the final
I don't know. He's outflanking Mandani from the left. He's like, I don't know. I feel like a real champion of the people wouldn't have gone over to Little St. James to celebrate your victory.
Results now in. Did you think you would have done better?
Oh, there's no doubt. Look, I had the masters of the universe against me. I had the most powerful man, Donald Trump, telling everybody, don't vote for Sliwa, vote for Cuomo. And then the trillionaire now, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, don't vote for Sliwa, vote for Cuomo. So they all came out. They all went against me. But you know something? This is like Les Miserables. To the barricades.
So how do you feel the Republican Party treated you, not only in the end, but throughout?
I got to tell you,
why did Mandani go to Puerto Rico anyway? I think it's like kind of a traditional. I did a little look. I think it's like a traditional meet and greet basically after the mayoral election. Like it's just typically something that is done. I'm assuming he's doing it for networking reasons. Mandani will not be a successful mayor if he is so principled that he refuses to engage with his, you know, like general politician crowd. I think that he kind of needs to reach out and try to appeal to people, you know?
The Republican Party, they don't want to win elections in New York City, citywide elections. They don't think they can win. They are the Rodney Dangerfield. You know, they just have low self-respect, and they sold out their principles for the man who was for no cash bail, who released cop killers. I could go through a whole laundry list. A guy who told Republicans, if you're conservative and Republican, if you're pro-life, if you're pro-Second Amendment, I want you to leave New York State. How quickly they forgot that. What did you get? You got Zoran Mandani anyway, and you lost your principles.
So in your speech, you were very passionate and you were very emotional, and you vowed to hold Mr. Mandani accountable, right? Now, you said numerous times when Eric Adams won the election, before he took office, you said you're in for a ride, New York, he was corrupt, and then you many times afterwards said, I told you so.
Yeah.
What do you say to New Yorkers now? about Mamdani?
I said, now you must suffer. You bought the fantasy. Reality is going to hit strong. On the night of his acceptance speech, wow, did we see a pivot and shift. The affable Sade type, a smooth operator was not on that stage. He was a warrior. He was throwing lightning bolts at Trump. He's ready to bump chests. He's ready to go.
I've seen people say this, like, usually people saying it disingenuously, like in bad faith. Like, Mamdani played so nice during the campaign, but during his acceptance speech, he was so fiery and aggressive. And like, I know the people saying that are usually saying it in bad faith. How the fuck can you be a mayor in this political environment without being aggressive? Like, how do you, with Donald Trump threatening to cut funding off to the city illegally, and threatening to go to war with your city, essentially, like literally send troops to it. You have to have like a massive backbone. It's not enough to be nice. I don't want him to just be nice.
Because that's his fallback position. He's not going to get the money that he needs to create fantasy into reality. So what do? They blame Donald Trump. And Trump is a willing participant in all of this. The only people who suffer are we, the people in New York City, because we're going to get less financial aid. Look at the food stamps. Look at the Medicaid. Look at NYCHA. These are the people who are going to suffer.
But Trump came out, the president came out and said, I would like New York to succeed. I may even give him a little money.
You really believe that, Dan? You know they wanted Zoran Mandani to be the poster child for the midterm elections. Don't believe the technology. So I know enough Republicans nationally.
But do you want him to succeed? You are a New York City resident.
Of course. I want the president to succeed. I want Zoran to succeed. I want people's lives elevated. I hope he can do everything that he waved his magic wand to say, you know, in fantasy style he can do. Universal child care, right? Free bus fare. Half the people don't pay their bus fare.
Isn't technology how Yakub made the glorious white race? Yes, and by the way, the white race is not, in fact, glorious. We're a degenerate hulking lot, pale, ashamed by the sun. You know, of course he would know technology, obviously. Who taught him technology? Buddy, he's an on-the-streets New Yorker. He's been around for decades and decades. I promise you, he's had more conversations with black people in the past year than you will have in your entire life. Funny black people, too, because they're in New York.
Oh, that would be great, but we know he can't do it. Yeah. And reality is going to hit quick. And watch how all of a sudden this love affair is going to change. And I will be there as the loyal opposition. I'm not going to be like the Prince of Darkness, Cuomo, and slink back under his rock with his billionaire friends in the.
Do you want to roll? Do you want to roll in the Mamdani administration?
Hell no. I'm the loyal opposition.
So with that being said, looking forward to a race for governor right now, Elise Stefanik just declaring that she is going to run as the Republican. You support her?
Absolutely. She was the first person to call me. She said, look, I followed your campaign. It was a great campaign. You know, I look forward to your support when I'm running for governor, because she knows you have to follow the Pataki approach. You got to build coalitions in New York City. The weight of the vote is now more than ever in New York City, because so many people in upstate have either died or fled. So she knows she's got to get at least 35% in New York City to win. And I'm going to stand with her side by side, even with some of my fair weather Republican friends, because I will forgive and forget to help Elise Stefanik become the next governor.
All right, Curtis Sliwa, I appreciate.
Good luck with that. Yeah, people will really see photos like this and be like, Curtis Sliwa knows technology. Yeah, I think he knows it better than you do. I think that the Wojak memes you've seen describing the concept probably don't even graze the level of knowledge he has in the subject. He does know ball, 100%. He's a cool guy.
Appreciate you always coming back. You came along every time we asked you to, so I appreciate you being here once again.
And remember, you'll have me to kick around, because I ain't going nowhere.
Are you running again?
Well, let's see. Let's see, but you'll have me to kick around. Unlike Nixon, who said, you won't have me to kick around anymore. Every day, people can kick me around, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to improve, not move. I'm going to fight for what I know is right.
Wasn't a no, so we may see you next election.
Has Curtis Sliwa had a real job for the last 30 years? I would argue that being this guy is more demanding than any real job, you know? Like you're committing to this is like a 24/7 job. He doesn't get any vacation days from being Curtis Sliwa, you know. He can't take a sick day. Have you ever been shot 5 times in the back of a taxi cab by an Italian guerrilla for your job? Rumor that Cuomo is running for Congress. I'll believe it when I see the declaration. Everyone's got an incentive to run with a story like that right now. You know, I don't care. You should invite Sliwa to stream with us. Do you think he knows how to play video games? I think he does. I think he genuinely has no fucking idea. He's not plugged in at all. I don't think he's online at all. Look, the interviewer is wearing proper shade of brown shoes. Yeah, those are nice shoes. It's weird. People will wear like a navy suit and they'll be like, I know exactly what color shoe I should pair with this, and then buy something orange. I don't get it. They're choosing the color grading from the cover of a Michael Bay film, circa 2009. I don't understand it. He would wipe the floor with you in the original Donkey Kong arcade game. Yeah, maybe. It's because they're complementary. Does anyone else think the term complementary is really misleading? Like complementary, they're contrasting colors. They're on the other side. Complement. When I think complementary, like just intuitively, I would think like orange and brown, you know, or like dark red and brown, you know, like oh, they go right next to each other. They're very easy on the eye together, you know, like they're yeah, but they're not like direct opposite. But I understand, you know, like on the other side of the wheel. As a graphic designer, respectfully, no. Yeah, well, you people don't like... Industry experts hate it when you change fucking anything, man, okay? My dad told me about this. My dad was around at the very beginning of visual effects work, like VFX. Not VFX, CGI, like computer-generated effects, CGI, you know. And the initial programs people had for working with that shit, god-awful. I mean, they were awful. Beginning of the tech. Computers back then, everything was like an $8,000 brick. And every time, people would resist every positive change. Nowadays, people can work, you can do like 3D, you can do CGI bullshit on your home computer, tiny fraction of the rendering cost that it would have taken for a proportional amount of work back in the old day, way easier to do. But there are still people out there that are married to these like, you know, 12, 15, 20-year-old programs. Was your dad involved in any big movies or shows we'd know? Yes. Moving on.